Sometimes starting over can be a little difficult. It can feel a little strange and unfamiliar. And that's what my return to Elite Dangerous has felt like this year. You see, I left a few years ago before fleet carriers were even introduced. I had almost enough money to get one because I was a serious player. As you can see, I grinded out every ship the game has to offer, which in Elite is a feat because there is no swiping a credit card to unlock these. And getting the best parts and mods includes grinding for old strangers and pledging allegiances to characters that you probably will disagree with politically. But if you know me, you know I love starships, so I did what I had to do. So while I love the idea of a fleet carrier to carry around my fleet, I saw the upkeep cost and figured it was not enough to bring me back to the grind. So anyway, after a brief run at Odyssey in early access, which I paid extra for and it really wasn't worth talking about, I haven't really been back. I'm not going to bash Elite because it was my home for many years while I waited for my pledged ships in Star Citizen to be playable. Which is why I gave Odyssey time to mature before climbing back into the cockpit. But news that Elite was introducing its first new ground vehicle in about 6 to 7 years was big enough news to bring me back. So here I am, learning how to walk again, how to talk.
Thank you for stopping. I was getting desperate.
And move in a world I once knew very well, but in many ways feels very different.
I'm gonna run you through the scanner. You're clean.
The stations do a good job of giving you that frontier-like setting, which I actually really enjoy. Kind of makes me feel like I'm in Firefly or one of those sci-fis, but the emptiness still exists. I'm in open play right now, but there's no players around, and there probably won't be. I'm sure many commanders are playing, but the world is as vast as the Milky Way itself. And I'm not sure where most commanders meet up these days. But I'm sure I'll find out soon enough, if I return to this place. Anyway, combat's been a main focus with Odyssey, I found, as the ground game has felt more like an FPS game tacked onto Elite to me. Not being a big fan of such games, I was hoping this would be more like a sandbox MMO style game. And FDev's choice to ignore ship interiors initially I found personally disappointing. It was like they were telling me players like you don't have a home here anymore. But I'm glad to see they've decided to add interiors to player-owned fleet carriers. But right now our mission is to get our hands on the new Scorpion SRV, which looks like a two-seater ground vehicle that Vodal has geared up for taking on combat. What is it about starship names and manufacturers that I can't say in any universe? So it said I could buy these at a military economy. I made the mistake though of rolling up to a military settlement, Star Citizen style, ready to buy my new Scorpion SRV. But it soon became clear that my business was not wanted here. Boss tip in Elite, don't go anywhere you're uninvited. Always radio to land, or this might happen. Anyway, on my second trip there and a stint in the penal colony ship, I realized that I really needed to go to a military economy port. Which was confusing to find by itself. Thanks to third-party tools like EDSM, I found that my nearest military economy was a place called Block Silo, which is a cool name by the way. I also forgot if you're elite like moi, you can just get one at Jameson, but this was more fun. So I finally got a Scorpion, but no drink. The bartender just wanted to trade what I think are stolen goods. I don't know, I need to spend more time in this world. So let's finally talk about the Scorpion. Well, after we talk about its predecessor, the original Scarab SRV, because I really want to know if it's bringing anything new to the table here. The Scarab looked like a hyped up lunar rover on steroids. Think that paint job I put on it? These were fun to drive and made planetary landings fun for me. They were capable, durable rovers that barely got stuck, but it was tippable if I recall. However, one thing I love about SRVs and Elite is that they have maneuvering thrusters, so these guys can really hop. Thruster rims were a brilliant idea. While you're not going to launch into orbit with these, they do help you get out of a jam while you're scanning around surfaces. And the Scarab can defend itself. It's got dual repeater lasers. And a cargo capacity, I think they just bumped up to 4 at a really affordable price. It's a great solo driving experience. Yeah, solo. That would be how I describe my commander career, but anyway, I still love this odd 6-wheeled vehicle. So let's check out the new kid on the block. Enter the Vaudal Scorpion. A vehicle bearing very little visual likeness to its older sibling. In fact, this looks aggressive. If Batman was an elite commander, this would be his ride. It looks tough, aggressive, and dare I say stylish. The rear even has brake lights like a car. Not to mention it's a 2-seater. So you don't have to explore this barren wasteland alone. But it's clear this is not purpose-built for joyriding. It looks like it's here to kick some ass. With an imposing cannon on top and a missile launcher tacked on. And despite dropping down to 4 wheels, it's a capable rover. Built tough and durable to traverse wild terrain. And boy does this engine sound great. I feel like I'm driving a muscle car. Elite continues their excellence in sound design here. And even the lights are functional. 4 wheels have maneuvering thrusters that whiff in comparison to the Scarab, but they get the job done. And this surge repeater means business. If you're solo, you can control it, or I believe you can pass the controls to a co-pilot in the rear. I need to find a commander to test it with me. And the missiles are an awesome addition. When I climb behind a wheel of this, I just want to wreck something. This feels like a cross between a Nova tank and a Cyclone if you're a Star Citizen like me. But it does come at a cost. Scorpion is going to run you almost 25,000 credits, which would still be affordable for most commanders. Cargo capacity drops to 2, but you really should be hauling in the Scarab instead. With armor up to 162 and shields up to 130, it's a heavier vehicle for sure, and it feels noticeably so, but it still is a heck of a lot of fun to drive. Also worth noting here is that the surge repeaters have an impressive 2,000 round capacity. And the missile launcher is well stocked as well. It's armed enough for your pirate outpost rampage, which helps, but you've still got to get out and do the dirty work sometimes. Now to the downside. If you're more into trade and exploration, there's not much new here to offer. But that seems to be Odyssey's deal anyway. New ways to approach combat, like pulling out your weapon accidentally twice at an outpost, like this. I'm not even sure why they call it an Odyssey, to be quite honest, but that's just my opinion. So is it enough to bring a space trucker like me back to Elite? Probably not, but it's still a nice toy to have. Hope you commanders enjoyed this ride. If you did, please like and subscribe to help me out. Either way, let me know what you think about this video, Elite, the SRVs, and well, anything in general. If you do, you'll be entered in a chance to win an Avenger Titan starship in Star Citizen when we hit 342 subscribers as my thanks. So wherever you are in the black, take care, and I'll see you next time.